Good evening, everybody. Nice to see you on St. Patrick's Day. We have a very fun set for you tonight. Our first show will be by Favorites of Oz, Ramen on Sunday. So take it away, Ramen on Sunday.
Woo! All right. Thanks, John. We're going to take it away.
We're taking it.
Wait a minute. What's that music, though? Gustav Stoll?
I can't.
That was like,
I can't.
I just remember that when I was a kid. It's like, and all the boys and the girls of Sweden, but all the boys and the girls of Sweden, but all the boys and the girls of Sweden dance the Gustav Stoll. I don't even know if those are the words, but that's what I remember.
I can't. No, I can't.
Maybe it's skull, because skull is a word, right? I don't know.
Hi, everybody. We're Ramen on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm Steve.
I'm Falky. And we're going to do a show.
I remember like early on in improv, it was like somebody said, you never introduce yourself. The other person on stage introduces you. I always thought that was so dumb. Was it like some kind of, it makes you lower if you're introducing yourself? You have to be introduced.
God, I don't know. I never really cared. I think I introduced all of us for a long time. I was the one who did the introductions.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because. But now we introduce ourselves because we're independent people.
Yes.
We're going to choose a card to do this thing, right? Aren't we?
Not like the novel.
No.
That was a great.
That is a classic.
That's one of those
beautiful award-winning novel.
Is it Icelandic?
Yes.
It's an Icelandic author.
Independent people.
Was it a like a Nobel Prize winning author?
He's a Nobel Prize winning author. Yes. What's his name though?
I don't remember.
No. Either. It's an Icelandic.
But it's one of those books, and I will say this about that book, and I don't remember books. Like when I'm reading them, I don't remember them. But it's a huge book, and I was actually trying to read it.
Lots of sheep.
Trying to read it, and I don't read much. I just listen to books. Right. But this was one of those books that I could pick it up like 6 months later and start reading it, and I would remember all the previous stories. So that's how well written it is. And I think it's called An Independent People, right? Or is it just Independent People?
It might be An.
I think it's An Independent People. Anyway, look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Icelandic. Very good.
Are we going to do a show, or
we are?
This is the show, maybe.
We are. We're doing another part of the show now.
Okay. You're moving to phase 2 of the show.
Phase 2. We're going to pick a card from the Kim Kranz archetype deck. And I'll be transparent. I took some of them out because some of them are like, what the fuck? I don't know what that is. So we're going to pick a card. Steve's going to pick the card, actually.
How many you got there?
I got a little small pile, just a small pile.
Okay, so that's like 12 cards.
So there's 12 cards.
And they're round. I thought they were coasters.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Not.
Pick one. All right, there you go. What's the archetype?
The river.
The river. And this is not like acting archetypes.
No.
Like you read about in drama. This is
different.
What is it though?
The river. They're archetypes. They're archetypal.
For what discipline? Archetypal for what?
Psycho-spiritual.
Okay. So
like Jung, only it's Kim Kranz.
Okay. Jungian.
The river.
The river. The river. The river.
When the lights come up. Here, you do that side.
Okay. You have to look at the water when you row.
It makes me nervous.
I don't even know how to do this. We need to get this in sync.
Well,
I think.
My side is shallower than your side.
Are we hang on. Are we just
I'm kind of just flopping my oar. I'm not.
There's nothing going on here.
I'm in a knot. My side is shallow. I don't need to row. You should row.
I'll just hold the oar because it's not. This is crazy how low the water is.
Oh, climate change. climate change.
Wouldn't that give us more water? Wouldn't it be like ice cap melt and stuff?
Not necessarily. I don't know. I just know that it's shallow.
Well, if you don't know, why are you saying climate change?
I often say things that I don't really know so that you will think that I know. That's all.
Well, that's.
I want you to think I'm smart. I
do think you're smart.
Oh,
You're like one of the smartest people I know. You know stuff like Jungian archetypes. I mean, I know when you say Carl Jung, I know Carl Jung, but I don't know anything about archetypes. You don't know shit about floating down a river, though, or climate change. But that's
I do know about climate change.
What do you know?
I know that Maine has one of the biggest problems with greenhouse effect than any other place in the country, because everybody's burning fires like ours that we could have if we were not in a boat. Oh my God, I just broke the wall. Get back in the boat. All right. Anyway.
You could have just said like hours.
Well, but I didn't. I pointed backwards, which I just took us out.
No, hang on. Okay. Hang on. Okay. No, look, you could have just like hours, like everybody does that, right? They're saying, yeah, I got to go over to Patton. And it does, I got to go over to Patton. I'm not pointing to Patton is that way. That's okay. I'm going over to Patton.
If I was on a real stage, it wouldn't have happened.
What do you mean? This is not a real stage?
I'm looking right at my own fire in the picture there. It threw me completely off. I lost the whole show. We need to start again. I need to start again. This is part of the show too.
Well, why don't you why don't we,
can we pick a new?
Okay, but why don't you just make this our set instead of putting us on in our boat?
Because I wanted to be in a boat on the river with you. I thought it'd be fun.
Well, we can go on a boat in a river. We've got a boat and we got a river. We can do that. We don't have to do it in a show.
I wanted to do it in a show. Can we pick a new? You pick a card. Not the river. No.
The river. No. It's the river.
No, that's out. That is out. Okay. I'm not rowing though.
No, you can't row. It's shallow. How can you row?
Shallow.
I'm just going to hold the oar out here, so in case I need to guide us away from I don't want to wreck. It's not even our boat. It's Donna's boat. But yeah,
I know.
But didn't you learn some stuff about Maine climate?
I did. So I was serious. Like Maine has one of the worst greenhouse effect area places in the nation because everybody's burning fires, and the Bay of Maine is heating up faster than some places in the whole world.
I saw something that was like 10 degrees hotter than it was 10 years ago.
Right.
In one of the inlets of Maine.
It's terrible.
Well, I don't know. That's terrible.
It is terrible. The starlings were in the yard the other day.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be here yet. They should not be here yet. It should not be this warm and wet and green.
If it should not be, then it would.
Put that away, or
no? I'm
just going to hold it out.
I'm holding it out there because I got to look.
A rock.
It's. If it hits the rock, that would at least let us know the rock's there. I'm keeping an eye out. This is I know from reading the Mike Bowditch mysteries.
You learned from a novel how to be on a boat.
Yeah, he was on a boat, and that's what he does. He's like he holds the oar out here so he can kind of guide it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't learn that in the Navy.
Okay, well, yeah. You do a lot of rowing in the Navy. I thought that would be like the 1600s or something. Some galleon.
Right. I was never actually even on a ship in the Navy.
Because you get seasick.
Well, yeah. And fortunately, back in the day when I was in the Navy, they weren't sending anybody feminine to sea.
Oh,
that happened shortly thereafter.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
And I wasn't one of them. Thank God.
That's nice. But anyway, if it weren't supposed to be this warm, it wouldn't be this warm. Right? If people are saying it shouldn't be this way, but Why is it this
No.
way then? If it should be this way.
Don't pull the everything is perfect because it's exactly what it is thing, because climate change is not perfect. Climate change is changing things that are going to be bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
Okay. Chicken Little.
We need to go electric.
Well, I'm not saying we shouldn't do what we can, but I'm just saying, it's an overreaction.
Is that a bug? I think that's a bug. I don't think it's just a pebble. It looks like it has a little leg or something.
Well,
Is that a bug? Oh.
it's not stuck on you, is it?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
If it was stuck, I'd be freaking out.
That's what I thought.
I picked it up out of the shallow there.
Well, it's a little
tiny bug.
Yeah, a little
I'm gonna let it go.
water bug thing. I don't know.
Swim on, little friend.
What do I know about bugs?
Fun.
Hopefully you hadn't rescued him from drowning. And then he's like, whoa, thank you so much. Oh, here you go, bug. And I'm doing it on the same side you did. But if I were putting it in the water, it would be over here.
Don't say that.
Why?
It hurts my heart to think.
Well, why'd you do it?
I can't go back and get him.
Why'd you do it?
I can't go back and get him.
You don't care about the bug?
I care. I thought he could swim. He wouldn't be in the water if he couldn't swim.
Oh, because bugs never get washed into the water. You ever seen an ant try to swim in a ditch? They actually do pretty good, but don't fall backwards into a ditch full of fire ants, let me tell you. My friend Blasco did. His real name was Blasco. He got drunk and tumbled over backwards into a ditch of fire ants. Oh, we had to take him to the hospital. He barely survived.
Now I feel bad and I want to go home.
Back to your fire. We can't go home. We're heading down the river, so you can't just go back home. We got to get down the river, and then Lance, that's his name. Lance is driving our car down, and we're gonna.
Are you sure that you asked him?
I handed him the keys yesterday.
Okay, I mean, you've forgotten.
Well, I mean,
recently.
The odds are he could forget. We got in right at the. I mean, we walked to the boat, so.
I'm just, I'm a little sad now. My heart is hurting and I don't speak correctly or rationally when I'm thinking that I might have drowned someone. And I thought he could swim. Why would he be near the boat if he couldn't swim?
Well, you're right. Why are you accepting my story? Why don't you accept your own story?
Because you drop a little piece of doubt into my gigantic open heart of heartness, and now I'm like, I killed.
Hang on, look at that. Just floating on by. One of our non-venomous snakes.
Flotsam.
No, that's a snake, isn't it?
Is that?
Is it a stick? Is it a stick?
No. Wait.
Is it flotsam?
No, that's a snake. That's a snake.
Okay.
That's a snake.
It's fine. It's fine. We don't have venomous snakes.
Is it coming in the Is it coming in the boat?
Why would it come in the boat?
I don't know. It might not want to drown.
It's not. It's just floating down the river. Snakes. Look, it's doing the.
Okay. Yeah. It's the S curve.
Have you ever been outside before on a river? Why are we even here?
I wanted the experience. The Mainers like their water. They like their outside
They
land.
love the outside. They take great care of it too. And people are allowed to be on the land too, which is nice. Not like being in Texas where people put up fences and.
I don't know. I saw somebody posted down the road and they said no ATVs, no snowmobiles. And I got offended, even though I don't ATV or snowmobile, but it was posted. Posted. Why am I out here? I'm out here because I wanted to have a fresh experience with you.
What were you going to say with my
honey?
My honey?
My love, my sweet pea.
You're my love.
You don't rock the boat though.
My love.
Okay. All right now.
Okay, sweet pea.
Hold the oar.
I've got the oar.
Well, don't let it
flop. I'm not letting it flop.
Become flopsome, floatsome, flotsam.
Well, if we ever get any land, I'm not going to post. I think I'll post no hunting though. I don't really want people
I
hunting.
don't want anybody hunting. What if a little deer comes up and is munching on some food
You don't.
and
Well,
they decide they're gonna shoot the
that's
deer?
illegal anyway. They couldn't shoot a little deer.
Did you learn that in Mark Boatsome
It's Mike Bowditch.
Did you learn that in your novel?
It's
You
a
did.
series of novels, and I've learned a lot about Maine through
Mm.
those novels by Paul Dwaron.
Paul Dwaron.
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 They aren't really that well written, to be fair, but he's written a lot of them, and it does do a lot. It does explain a lot about different parts of Maine, so I like it.
Hey, bud. I'm convinced that if I keep talking to them and I keep acknowledging their presence,
Yeah,
that when we have land, the crows will befriend me.
probably, possibly, maybe. I don't know.
They're going to. I'm going to have the I'm going to have the peanuts. I'm going to. Oh, that was the wrong word. I'm going to caw at them. I'm going to caw, and they're going to come.
Well, wouldn't ravens be better? Wouldn't ravens be cooler?
Ravens are just as cool. Corvid, it's a cool.
You mean?
I mean, blue jays, but crows and ravens, I'd take either one, really.
Real, I thought you'd like ravens better. I don't know.
I love a raven.
To me, I think maybe it's
It's because of the Norse thing.
my Norse.
It's because of the Norse thing.
My Nordic roots love a raven.
Well, I love a raven too. And crows are very intelligent creatures who I just don't think that they should get the short side of the stick in my blackbird corvid family love affair, because there are more of them, and frankly, if a raven wants to come down, that's fine. A raven pair, what?
I just steering around.
Is it getting rapid? Are we going to hit a rapid?
No, it's not rapid.
Is it
just steering?
Are we going to get a rapid?
Stop
Is it
rocking things?
well?
Stop rocking things. Sit.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't need to curse.
Well, I go like this, and you're like, don't rock the boat, and then you're bouncing all over the place. You're trying to crash us. I don't want to be.
I'm not going to crash.
There's
It's
not.
a boat.
There's not. It's not a very big river at this point, but it's like I still don't want to really get wet.
You can't. You're in a boat. You don't want to get wet.
If I wanted to get wet, I'd be out the boat. I wouldn't be in the boat. Yeah.
You're right. You think that little bug could swim, right?
Yeah, he could swim. He wouldn't be in the water if he couldn't swim.
Did you put on sunscreen?
Yeah.
I put on 50 when we left, but I feel like I might be getting a little exposure.
Yeah. You must have missed a spot then, because.
Did I get red? Did I get?
Yeah, like right there.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah,
Not red, you know.
At my age, I can't afford a sunburn.
No.
I mean,
Okay.
the skin is all. Oh.
Yeah, no, the skin is too thin at this point in my life.
And already damaged. I mean, so much damage. If I was going to have skin cancer, I'd have it already. All the baby oil and Crisco and stuff.
It just occurred to me. I'm wondering why that snake was swimming upstream. I don't even know. I mean, maybe snakes swim upstream. I don't know. Maybe you had some place to go.
Maybe there's a bear. Maybe
Okay.
there's a bear.
Maybe there's a bear.
Maybe my clippies came off.
Oh.
Maybe there's a bear.
Okay. Maybe there's
Or-
a bear. That'd be cool. Can we see a bear?
Or maybe there's something else. Maybe there's a waterfall or maybe we're about to die on this river here in Maine. I'm too anxious.
Why do I even
I
let you in?
don't know.
You know, we drove the entire way down to where Lance is going to park our car and we checked for that stuff.
I
And
know.
there's a place people go down here all the time. It's just, this is for old people. Maine is an old people state.
The rivers are not old people rivers.
Well, they've been around a long time and people. You think we might see a bear though?
We could see a bear.
You know what else I learned in Mike Bowditch?
Hmm.
Black bears don't attack humans. There's no fate. There's no recorded black bear fatalities in Maine.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
This is nice though.
It's nice that we have sun.
Yeah.
It's nice to have sun.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that, you know, to have so much sun.
Well, you thought it would be what, the Pacific Northwest up here?
Well, I don't, you know, Pacific Northwest gets a bad rap. It gets a bad rap. It's not that rainy in Seattle anyway. Been there 3 times.
Been there 3 times.
I love Seattle.
I know. I love it too. It's a pretty neat city.
It's a cool place because you can get around without a car, and if you stay down by the piers, you know, there's some cool places to go and good food and fresh seafood. Now, I don't think there's anything much better than fresh seafood, personally.
I mean, I can think of better things.
Like what? What's better? What's better than fresh seafood?
Really good macaroni and cheese. So much better. And
what do you mean? It's like so much better?
So much better. And if you're going to eat seafood, it should be fresh. Like none of this, oh, it's fresh. It was frozen. We flew it in 2 hours. That's not fresh.
You remember the fish sticks? I don't know if you had them when you were a kid and they just smelled so fishy. I think they still probably do. They don't smell good, but that's what I never ate fish until Long John Silver's. I never liked fish.
I had the chicken planks at Long John. I didn't eat the fish.
Well, I ate the chicken planks. I mean, you're not, who's not those?
And the hush puppies? Who's not?
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
You know what else I learned in Mike Bowditch?
Hmm.
Bald eagles, they like to find a tree near a body of water.
Well, yeah.
Well, it makes sense because they eat fish.
I watch Shadow on Facebook. You know me. I mean,
Shadow, that's the eagle nest thing.
Yeah. Shadow, and I can't remember his girlfriend's name. I mean, his mate.
You're very close, obviously.
I watched them. They're on their egg right now.
Didn't you tell me they had an egg that didn't make it last year?
They had 2. They didn't even come to fruition.
Yeah.
The Ravens got them too.
Okay, but that's like online. This is like real life.
That's amazing.
It's so cool to just be out here and like living.
I know.
Almost within, well, it is within walking distance technically. We've only floated a couple miles. Aren't you glad you came now?
Yes. I'm glad I came.
I'm glad we didn't turn the boat over. First of all, Donna would have hated it.
She would have never known.
Well, I guess like we capsize the boat. I don't even know if we capsize the
but-
boat. Can we resize it? Can we uncapsize?
I mean, if we capsize in a river, we just, I think, I don't know. I didn't learn about that in the Navy.
All I know is what I read in Mike Bowditch books. So I don't, what do I know? He had hypothermia.
Mike
What?
did?
Yeah.
Just
What?
crows, more crows.
You didn't call for them.
I thought. You're such a linguist. You sound so much better than I do.
That's definitely Gustav's skull. Gustav's skull.
Well, we're both Swedish.
Yeah.
A little bit. So
Norwegian, Swedish. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, we don't end shows.
All right, great show. Two of my favorite lines. The crows will befriend me. And have you ever been outside before? Thank you. Ramen on Sunday. See you
Thanks,
soon.
Joan.
Bye-bye.
See everybody next month.